Hello my wonderful friends, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you are new here. We're all hands Elena, and as you see we have a bunch of palettes right here in front of us. It's like 70 plus palettes. Now I recently did do my palette and collection declutter, but I've accumulated actually a lot of new palettes since then, which is very surprising because last year I was like on a no buy, but this year I have accumulated quite a bit. So I just want to go ahead, show you guys my collection, my thoughts, everything like that. I have gotten some new palettes, and since then I do have some thoughts on older palettes also. So if you want to see my collection, definitely grab a snack, definitely grab a drink. Be comfortable because this is going to be a long one. So let's go ahead and just get started. So we're going to start it with ColourPop. Usually I do ColourPop last, but I actually do not have that many ColourPop palettes as I have in the past. I have since decluttered quite a bit, which is surprising because ColourPop is one of my favorites, but hey, it is what it is. And this is Kosas Clear. This was in a collection called the Extra Celestial Collection. There was two other palettes, but this one is the only one I decided to keep out of all the three. I really love it. It is such a beautiful palette. I don't know, just everything about it is beautiful. The shimmers, it's just amazing. And then we have Mauvin Up from ColourPop. Now this is a Target exclusive palette, and I really do like it. For a Target exclusive palette, I thought the quality was actually phenomenal. Like the mattes, the shimmers, everything. Oh my goodness. It literally was so good. Like you wouldn't even tell that this was a Target exclusive palette by ColourPop because it seriously is just so amazing. Also, this video is not going to be edited a lot like I usually do. I'm just going. We are just going to keep moving along. Next we have is the Child palette, and this is one of my favorites also from ColourPop. Now, I will tell you though, some of the shimmers came in broken. This one and this one came in broken when I got the palette. I was able to repress them, but I don't know. Like, they just don't work the same. So I'm going to have to try to figure out something. But overall, I really do love the palette because I wanted it for so long, like for 3 years, ever since it came out, and I wasn't able to get my hands on it until now. So I'm super excited for that. And then next we have is the Mandalorian palette. And I'm a big Star Wars fan, by the way, just wanted to let you all know. And this one's one of my favorite grungy tone color stories in my collection. Also, one of my favorite neutral palettes in my collection. You're probably like, is it neutral? Yes, I consider it neutral. When organizing my eyeshadow palettes, I've done something different. I decided to do colorful in one drawer, neutral in one drawer, and half in one drawer. So half colorful, half neutral. And this one does go in the neutral drawer. Shimmers, everything in here. Amazing. And then we have Sage the Day. And this is also one of my favorites from ColourPop. This was like one of my favorites for a very long time until I got some new ones. But this still performs exceptionally, and it's still a really good one. I still really love it. I still play with it actually quite a bit. Yeah, everything about it is very beautiful. Now this is still available. It isn't, I think it's an Ulta exclusive. I'm not so sure. I did get it from Ulta. You know, I could be incorrect, but it is a really nice palette. And then we have the Hide Tide palette. Unfortunately, this is unavailable. ColourPop does not sell this palette anymore, and it is so sad because I love this palette so much. This palette is literally everything. It was my first colorful ColourPop palette that I ever got, and it's just beautiful. It really is. Now, I know some of these shades you could probably find in other ColourPop palettes, but just the palette itself, really, really nice. I really do enjoy this palette. And if you know me, you're going to see a big theme here. You're going to be seeing a lot of green palettes. That's because green is my favorite when it comes to eyeshadow. And this is, oh my goodness, Fresh Greens. This was also a Target exclusive palette. And as I said, it just works phenomenal. It really, really does. I got like a Target gift card for my graduation, which was 5 years ago, by the way. Cannot believe it's been 5 years since I graduated high school. Like, holy cow, I feel old. Besides the point. And so I went ahead and used my gift card on this palette and the other palette, and it did not disappoint. I really do love these. Really, really nice. And then we have In the Limelight. And unfortunately, you cannot get your hands on this one either. And a lot of people are actually quite disappointed that you can't, because this was probably one of the best qualities that ColourPop has ever done, to be honest. In my opinion, a lot of people just love this palette. Not just me, but a lot of people. It's everything. It really, really is. I made such a beautiful look with this palette. Now, because of my preferences that have changed in the, you know, the present now, I do makeup not just by one palette, but I go into multiple palettes now. So that is why actually I categorize it by color schemes. And next we have, oh my goodness, can you stop moving, camera, please? Thank you. Next we have Sweet As Can Be, and it's in collaboration with Winnie the Pooh, and oh my gosh, look how cute it is. Look, it is so, so adorable. I love it so much. I love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is literally my childhood, and I actually have quite a bit of Winnie Pooh merch. Yeah, because I'm a kid, it's okay. You know, we're allowed to like our childhood stuff. And when I originally got this, I wasn't so sure about it. I wasn't really liking the quality, but that was when I was a beginner in makeup, so I wasn't so sure what I was doing. But since then, being more mature with makeup and being more intermediate with makeup, I wouldn't say an expert, but I'm definitely getting there. I really, really love this palette. I find the quality to be really, really nice. Everything about it is just so, so good. And then we have Limoncello, and this is also one you cannot get your hands on anymore. Very beautiful palette. And now I will tell you, I only really wanted this palette just for the packaging. I love lemons. The aesthetics of lemons is so, so nice. Now, the only thing I will tell you though, I really do love it, don't get me wrong, but playing with it more, it's just too neutral for me. Yeah, we have the shade and that shade and this shade, which is colorful, but otherwise we just have all neutrals in here, and neutrals isn't my cup of tea, but I have been actually playing with neutrals quite more than I have been. I don't know why, what is going on here, who knows. I do always link my Instagram down below, so if you want to see my makeup looks, please check out my Instagram. I also link my affiliate codes, discount codes, all of that in the description box. I will tell you what brands I have discounts with. So yeah, ColourPop's not one of them, but I'm hoping in the future it is. And then we have Daisy Does It. This is also not available anymore. It's so sad because I love this one so much too. And this is what it looks like. Oh my goodness, so pretty. I do have, oh my goodness, I think I have a, do you see that? I think I have a pan. Is that a pan? That is definitely a pan. Oh my goodness, I just noticed that I have a pan in that. Wow. Yeah, this palette's everything. It's so subtle, but so beautiful. And one of my favorite makeup looks I ever made was with this palette. And I actually want to recreate that makeup look, but turn it into my aesthetics that I am into now. Yeah, definitely something I want to do in the future. And then next we have the Stranger Things. I am in love with Stranger Things. Oh, so this is the outer carton. I don't usually keep my outer cartons, but the outer carton is just too cute not to keep. See, you see this? Just, it's so adorable. And then we have this. This is what it looks like then. And I love Stranger Things so much. I'm so disappointed that the last season's coming soon. So we have the Demogorgon right here, and then we have the Color Story. I am really sad that the last season is coming, but it's okay, you know, all good things must come to an end. I love this palette. It really does represent the Stranger Things really well. So the top 2 rows is Hawkins, and then the last 2 rows is the upside down. It definitely represents that. I really love the formula. ColourPop actually did a really good job with this. I wasn't so sure if they were going to do well with this, but they sure did. They pulled it off, and I'm so happy because I really wanted this. So yes, really nice palette. I'm pretty sure it's still available, if I remember correctly. And then we have the Your Golden palette, and this was my first mega palette that I got from ColourPop. It really got me into the mega palettes from ColourPop because I thought the quality of this was actually really good. Really nice. It was workable. It's blendable. Now the Color Story, yes, it is neutrals, but I was more into neutrals at the time when I got this palette, so that's why. But still a really nice palette. I really do enjoy this palette so much. And then my last ColourPop palette we have is It's a Mood. Don't mind, she's a little dirty. And as I said, this feels so weird. I feel like ColourPop is always the one that takes me forever to film, and we're over here already done. If it's dirty, please don't mind me. Okay, I use the heck out of this palette. I wanted this palette for so long, but I never got my hands on it until my bestie, she gifted me this palette, and I'm so grateful for that. It's a jewel tone color story. If you know me, jewel tones are my favorite when it comes to palette color stories. I love it. It's everything. She's used and abused for sure. And then next category is just one-offs. So palettes that I only have one brand from, and this is from Ofra. It is the Symphony palette, and oh my goodness, this one does not want to open up. And this is what it looks like. I really do love this palette. It's really nice. I want to get more from Ofra. I really do, but I haven't been able to due to the fact that there's really nothing calling my name. I wanted the Allie Dawson collab, but I wasn't able to get my hands on it before it got discontinued, so that was kind of sad. But I really do like the formula of this palette, so hence the reason why I would definitely be I'd definitely be getting another one, just not right now because, like I said, there's no color stories that really speak to me. And next we have this one from Pat McGrath. Yes, you heard me right. Pat McGrath. Who knew your girl was gonna have a Pat McGrath palette? I didn't. And it is the Divine Droid. Now, I actually did not purchase this. My friend gifted me this palette, so yes. Hello. As you see, Winnie the Pooh pants right here, because I'm a sucker for Winnie the Pooh. It is an all shimmer palette, and I love her to death for gifting me this. I did not know she was actually going to gift me this. But at the same time, Danielle, if you're watching this, I hate you at the same time because this is so good. This is literally so good. And I was never going to purchase a Pat McGrath palette because I cannot justify the price for these kind of palettes, I guess. Oh my gosh, the shimmers were everything, okay? And I'm going to be honest here. And I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, okay? You're going to only hear this once. I'm not going to say it again. This is the best shimmer formula I've ever tried. Okay, yes, I do love my Adept Cosmetics. Okay, so we'll, that doesn't count. But this one, oh my gosh. Holy cow. Okay, yep. I'm going to stop talking about it. I really love Star Wars, as I said. Danielle, I love you, but thanks a lot for giving me a palette that I like a lot and that I did not want to buy from the brand. So yes, let me go ahead and scoochie some of these palettes and I'll be right back. Okay, next palette is from Ciate London. This is the Velvet palette. I will not open it because it is completely destroyed inside, but I still keep it because I really love the quality of this. I'll go ahead and pop a picture up on the screen of what the palette looks like inside. Really nice palette, but like I said, absolutely destroyed, so I'm not going to open it. So yes. Then I have the Bad Side Zodiac, the Earth palette from Melt. Now, I do actually have a couple more Melt palettes, but those are in my singles right now. It was the Melt Gemini 1 and 2 palette, and this is what she looks like. This was my first Melt palette that I ever got, and this is the reason why I wanted to purchase more Melts. Because of this palette. I know some people did not like the formula of the Zodiac collection, but I really like this. I really liked it so much that I went ahead and got a couple more from the brand. Next we have from Urban Decay's the Naked Honey palette. And this is what it looks like. I really do love this palette. Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to blind you guys. This palette is a neutral palette, but it's a stunning neutral palette. The quality of the shimmers in here are everything. I will not probably purchase from Urban Decay just for a little bit, only because they haven't really caught anything like eye-wise, and I don't know. I can't really justify spending the money either. Kind of like that Pat McGrath. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't as expensive as Pat McGrath, but still, it's not in my budget. And then we have the Subculture from ABH, and you're probably like, Alena, didn't you declutter this, get rid of it? Yeah, that is correct, but my friend gifted me this palette because I really missed the palette and I regretted decluttering it. Here we are, beautiful palette. I did use it for like the first time in forever, and it did not disappoint. It really didn't. I'm so grateful that she gave it to me. I wasn't even expecting it, but really, really happy that I have this back in my collection. And then we have this Ace Beauté palette. It is the Serenity palette. And this is what it looks. Oh my gosh. Whew. Did not realize it's that messy. And this is what it looks like. Really nice palette. I really do love the shimmers. There are only two. This one and then that one. But I don't really mind. Now, Ace Beauté is rebranding, but I don't know what's going on with them. Now, I think in one of my videos, recent videos, I don't remember which one it was, someone said that they did come out with the palette. You sure about that? Because I didn't see it. Now, maybe it was BoxyCharm exclusive, and maybe that's why. That could be one, but I did not see one released recently. This is from Heather Austin. It's the Adept Cosmetics. Oh my goodness. This is from Adept Cosmetics, the Heather Austin collab palette. Yeah, I use this every single makeup look I do, pretty much. My favorite palette when it comes to shimmers. I really do love the mattes also. And you can see, like, you know, I'm trying to get you guys to see the duochrome parts, but I don't know. Really love this palette, and actually this shade right here is what's on my nails. Yeah, because I'm obsessed with that shade. Let's see if I could, like, yeah, obsessed. And then we have my Sigma and Alice in Wonderland. Now, I do have another Sigma palette too, but that is, the middle shade's completely destroyed, and I'm still trying to figure out how to repress it. And I haven't, but someone actually just said that I could use like a lipstick, a square lipstick, and press it in, and I might actually just do that. I love this palette. This was my first Sigma palette that I ever got, and it did not disappoint. at all. It really didn't. This was actually my favorite palette in 2022 because it just was everything. Me being, I wasn't a beginner, but I wasn't an expert or intermediate. I was getting there. It really worked so well for me. And oh my gosh, my goodness. It really worked for me, and that is why I decided to get more from her. Next we have this one from Sephora. I won't open it just because it is literally brand new. Just got it like a couple days ago. It's I don't know what it's called, y'all. If you can see, that's great. You can also see the shades on the back. Yeah, have not opened it yet, so I won't, because I need to test it out. And I don't open palettes. If I haven't tried it, I don't open it, so that way I know that I haven't tried it. And next we have from Gourmande Girls and Ladybug Glow. It's a Paradise Cove palette. This is also one of my favorites in my collection. Gourmande Girls and Ladybug Glow, they're just so amazing. And I also have Pan in that shade right there. This is everything. I really want to get more from the brand. Ladybug Glow is temporarily taking a break. I'm going to go ahead. I want to DM her and see how she's doing, because I really do miss her coming out with products. And I will be getting more Gourmande Girls products also, because Christina's awesome and she's really nice. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. And if I keep moving the camera, I do apologize. I'm in a really awkward setup right now because I just forgot to tell you, Gourmande Girls right here, I do have a code with them. It's just a discount code. I don't get any commission, but you guys get to save some money, and that's all that matters for me. Like I said, it's linked down below. It's ALENASAHA. I think that is it so far. I don't think I missed anything else. I'm hoping I didn't, but who knows. Next we have the Hunter and the Prey palette from Blairdale MUA Cosmetics. This is what it looks like. Absolutely stunning. If you've been here on my channel, you've heard the story so many times, so I'm not going to repeat it. But I really do love the palette. He is discontinuing his second palette. I don't remember what it's called. It's Midnight something. I cannot think of the name right now. This one is discontinued though, but definitely gonna like never go anywhere. Just because, one, it was his first makeup product, and two, it just is phenomenal. But I think he's releasing something. I think there was a sneak peek. I don't remember quite 100%, but I think so, if I remember correctly, but my memory is not the best either. And next we have the Club Nebula palette from Kaleidos. This was in collaboration with Angelica Nigavest, and sadly I did not get my hands on this one. This first release, it discontinued by the time I was more into makeup, so I was really upset, but my friend, she gifted me this, and I'm so happy. I actually have every collaboration with her. Now, I haven't tried her Singe Beauty brand yet, but that is on the list to try. Really love it. Now, I want to try more from Kaleidos, but they just haven't came out with anything that's caught my eye, but I really do love their formula. Like, nothing bad about the brand, no shade, nothing like that. Then we have the Try palette from Juvia's Place. And I really love this palette too. Now, this palette is discontinued, but I was able to get my hands on it from my bestie, and I really do love it. I want to get more from Juvia's Place, but I don't know. Haven't really seen anything that's caught my eye. And then we have the new nude palette from Huda. And this is what it looks like. Very beautiful. Now, this is my only Huda palette I do have. I want to get more from her. Just haven't decided what I wanted to get quite yet. Now, there are some pressed glitters in here. I know people don't like pressed glitters, but I'm one of the few that actually do like pressed glitters. I don't mind them. As long as you know how to work with them and they're not too bad or too gritty, it's all right. I thought this was actually really good formula. So yeah, that's the reason why I kind of want to buy another palette from her, is just because I really enjoyed this palette so much. Then we have from the Morocco palette. And I really do love this palette too. It is more of a neutral palette, but it's a nice neutral palette. I really do love the shimmers in here. The shimmers are the star of the show. So yes. Then next we have from Cosmic Beauty or Cosmic Brushes, the Sinister palettes. I just got this also, and I'm in love. Now, I didn't know how I was going to think about this palette, but let me tell you, this palette is actually really nice. I don't use a lot of reds, but I don't even feel like most of this is red. Now, we do have like a ghost shade right here. My friend did go ahead and put something like a cover over it, but this is everything, okay? I cannot wait to try more from Cosmic Brushes, and I know they just came out with the Smolder palette. Yeah, the Smolder palette, that one really caught my eye too. So yes. Next we have the Wilderness palette from Beauty Bay, and unfortunately this is also not available anymore, but it is a beautiful palette. I actually use this quite a bit, almost in every look I do. Yeah, and we also have a pan in here. So yes, really beautiful. I do want to purchase more from Beauty Bay, but just nothing really has caught my eye, so that is why I haven't. Then we have Glamlite, the Cake palette. This is a huge palette. I will tell you, I'm not in love with this palette, but I do use it for my very colorful graphic liner looks, basically. That's all it's really good for. It's not a bad palette, don't get me wrong. I really love Glamlite. Want to try more, but yeah, just holding off for now. Okay, we are going to reorganize again, so BRB. And these are my last 3 stacks of palettes. So, that kind of scared me. Jump scare. So we have from Adept Cosmetics, it's the Berry Bad palette. This is the bite-sized palettes that they have. Really enjoy these. We'll definitely be traveling with them. So we don't travel. I haven't traveled very often, but my husband and we've actually been traveling quite a bit lately. So I kind of just want to bring these. This is what they're meant for. I have 5. Here's the other 4. We have Akasha U. We have Cream and Sugar. We have Rose Water, which is my favorite one. And then we have Carnival Candy. So yeah, I'll probably be finally using these as they're intended to be used. Then we have my Too Faced Light My Fire palette. And this is what it looks like. Gonna try not to blind you either. Let's just, yeah. I feel like this is good. I really love this palette. Don't really use it often, but I am trying to. I'm actually doing a little series on my Instagram where I'm using just one single palette, making one single look and dedication to it. You're like, probably like, isn't that what normal people do? No, I don't. I go into like 100 palettes. So yes, but there are some palettes in my collection, especially the indie ones that I just kind of showed you. And some of these, they need more love, not by just me, but by the beauty community. So yeah. Next we have the Italian Spritz palette from Too Faced, and this is my favorite palette from Too Faced. Yeah, I love this palette. It's probably the best palette they've ever came out with. Now, I do want the Aptly in Love palette they came out with last year, but haven't been able to get that palette quite yet. And this does smell like Italian Spritz. Like, just give me a second to smell this. Yep, still smells really good. Really makes me want to actually kind of go to Italy. Next, we have the Cinnamon Swirl. This was my first Too Faced palette. It doesn't close all the way, which is kind of annoying, but it's whatever. It does still smell good, so I still use it. I actually used this recently. and actually quite a bit. Yeah, surprisingly. Like I said, I'm really trying to get some use out of palettes that I don't use. I haven't used very often, I guess. This is one of them. I really do love this palette. And then we have the Natural Nudes palette. And this one's probably one of the best Too Faced palettes when it comes to formula-wise. This is everything. It really is. I wish Too Faced could come out with oh my gosh, with this formula more often, but they're a hit or miss, unfortunately. But it is what it is. You know, not every brand is going to be perfect, okay? Let me just scoochie some more palettes. So yeah, that way I just don't have to keep grabbing. Okay, oh my goodness. Oh, the struggle is real. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, no, we are not doing that because no. My OCD editing this video is gonna hate me if it's like that. So yeah, next we have my Natasha Denona, and I only have 3. Yes. I really want the Gloom palette that she just came out with, so I'm hoping to get that one. We have the Mini Starlet palette. One of my favorites from her. Just a neutral, you know, palette. Nothing too special about it. Then we have my favorite palette in my whole entire collection. It's the Yucca palette. I'm not going to talk about it because I talk about it 8 billion times on my channel, and I just don't feel like repeating myself. It's grungy, it's neutral, it's everything. I love it so much. So yes. And then we have a palette that's very special in my heart. This is the Retro palette. You can see the lights. There's a story to it. So this was my first Natasha Denona palette. 2, someone who was very dear to me did pass away, and she's the reason why I kept going with my makeup and YouTube. I did a really nice look with this, and she loved it so much. And so that's why I'll never get rid of this palette. Even if it's like 10 years old, it will still be in my collection forever. It just has a special place in my heart. And next we have my Nomad palettes. Now this does come in outer carton that I do keep, but it's obviously not here. This is the Nomad Polar Express palette. I do have an affiliate discount, a discount code with Nomad, and this was actually sent to me in PR last year, and I'm so grateful for that. I really love this palette. It's everything. Nomad is my favorite brand, if you guys know that. And then we have the Toilette de Provence palettes, and this is the original. Now they just relaunched this palette, another palette I'm going to show you in a few seconds, and the Berlin Underground palette for their 10th year anniversary. Now, as I said, this is the original, and I don't mind it. I really don't. I did hit pan right there. I really do love this palette. And next we have the palette that you guys know I've been talking about a billion times on my channel, wanting it, and it's the American Parks palette from Nomad. Okay, so we have some thoughts on this. You know I've been wanting this palette so bad. Not disappointed that I got it. I will tell you though, there is something that really does bug me about this palette. So this shimmer, I think this one too, maybe a couple more, I'm not so sure. So you see how that shimmer is yellow right there? That looks yellow, right? Yeah, it does not come out yellow at all on the eyes. That's the disappointing part. Otherwise, everything else is perfect. I really do love this palette. I thought this palette was gonna beat my Yucca palette, but it just, not yet. Not yet. I think I have to play with it a little bit more to really see if it will beat that. But as of right now, it doesn't, but I still love it so much. And then we have the Ghost Town USA palette. I love the packaging. This one is a little dirty and has like 8 billion pans, as you see. she's used and abused. I love this palette. I love all things like spooky theme, and they're coming out with their spooky palette soon. I don't know what it is. I don't receive PR from them, but that's okay. I will always support the brand on how I can. Then we have the Keys Beachy and Peachy palette. I actually use this almost every look too. And this is what she looks like. I have a pan right there. Yeah, I think that's the only pan. Now, this does look intimidating just because of the black background. I feel like if they did something lighter than the black, I think more people would have, I don't know, say liked it, because I know people liked it, but they didn't like how it was set out. I don't mind the set out, and I really do love the packaging. I'm a sucker for a beach. Haven't been to the beach for a very long time, but that's okay too. Next, we have my Odin's Eye, and this is the Stone and Rock. This is my favorite Odin's Eye palette in my collection. Very, very beautiful. Absolutely stunning. It's everything I've ever wanted. Then we have the Salmon 2 palette, and this is what it looks like. Extremely gorgeous also. There is a pan in this black because I do use it as eyeliner. That is why. Oh yeah, really love this one also. Then we have the Flora Story palette, and this is in collaboration with Makeup Just for Fun, and I really love this palette too. Amanda's so awesome. You should definitely check out her channel if you get the time. Also her Instagram. I really do love the color story. It's really nice. Now, I know some people are hit or miss with Odin's Eye. So far, mine has been a hit. I haven't had any problems with their formula, but, you know, never say never. Then we have the Hella palette, and this was in collaboration with Angelica Nikovas. This was my first Odin's Eye palette. My first indie brand palettes. Yeah. And this really got me into the love for indie brands, because I really love this. I wanted to support Angie, and yeah, you know me, I'm a green lover, so of course I was going to get this palette. I don't think I was into green at that time, but so happy I got my hands on it because it is discontinued. It's been discontinued for a bit. Then we have the little Ghost palette from Odin's Eye in collaboration with Angie. This is what it looks like. Really, really cute. Just reminds me of, you know, candy, I guess. And then we have another one in that collection. Is the Trick or Treat palette. This is my favorite. Now, it wasn't at first when it first came out because it's a little too dark, but now because I'm more into grungy tones, it is my favorite. I do have a pan right there. Yes, right there. I really do enjoy this palette. And actually, you can really use these two together and make a beautiful, stunning look. So yes, I do that quite often, actually. And then last category we have are my BH Cosmetics. We have the Sugar Cone palette. This is all just a neutral palette, but I really, really do love the quality of this. I really do love BH. Unfortunately, they have been bought out by Makeup Revolution, but they have not been the same since. And they haven't even come out with anything, really, recently. Then we have the Blueberry Muffin palette. This was my first colorful palette I ever got when starting out with makeup. Oh my goodness, this is like really reflective. I love this palette. Definitely has a lot of sentimental value to it, memories, everything. Will not be getting rid of that ever, just like the Natasha Denona retro one. Then we have the Smith & Switzerland palette. And this is what it looks like. Very grungy, very beautiful. Really do love the quality of this palette. And then the last palette in my collection is the Avocado Toast palette. And this is what it looks like. Very beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Love the packaging. The packaging it's adorable. 10 out of 10. So yeah. So this is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed this format a lot better than what I've done in the past. I don't know why, but you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, month, rest of the year, whatever. Till then, I will be back with a lot more makeup and beauty content. You guys stay beautiful, stay healthy, and stay safe. Bye.